Alright, welcome to my stream. So today I'm going to be warming up on the drum kit. I'm going to specifically work on some independence patterns, and then I'm going to stretch and massage, and then work on some limb independence variations. Some different ones from what I was doing yesterday. So that's the plan for the day, and the exercises that I'm going to be using can actually be found here at my website. And I'm specifically going to be using the drum kit independence charts. So if you just go to that, the thing that I'm going to use to warm up are 16th note permutations. And so I'm going to do this straight. And we're going to go ahead and do this at 100. And I am going to click right here real quick. All right. So you will not hear the audio from this, but the play-alongs do have like a click track and whatnot, and then it has the rhythm so you can actually play with it. So you'll be able to practice it on your own if you choose to do so. All right, so I'm going to do this at 100. And what I'm going to do is play a Baião pattern while I play through this on the snare. So my feet are going to go while I play. Etc. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Snare will play whatever's on the screen that you see. 1, 2, ready, and... Whoops. Warming up. Three. Oops. Add an extra note. That's quite the chop burner. All right. Good way to warm up. Love it. Let me move this. It's like just slightly. Now it's too far. Slightly too close to me. That better? Yeah. All right, good enough. Okay, so that was a good warm up. Now I need to stretch and then massage. What I'm going to do is hold my sticks, hold them together. You take your hands, you pull one in, the other one follows, and you just kind of push out. Ooh, yeah. Good stretch. And just kind of hold it however long you need to. And you just go back the way you came. If you're doing traditional, by the way, you can stretch both directions. It's a good one if you play traditional. I'm not. All right, so next up, I'm going to stretch the underside. So I'm stretching the tendons underneath. Just to give it a nice static hold. Trying to do better with my posture. I'm realizing I have a tendency to hunch over a bit. So if you notice my posture, do a posture check in the chat. Let me know. Okay, now I'm going to stretch the forearms on the top. So I'm just kind of holding. I could do this on a wall. I could do it on the drum as well. Just don't put too much weight or pressure on it. I don't want to hurt my ears by having that on the whole time, because my ears stick out, extra cartilage on the back of my ears. The headphones press too much. It hurts. All right, so now I'm stretching each of my fingers individually. I'm doing both thumbs. And then both fingers. And then middle. And ring. It's interesting. I was watching Nick A30 earlier, and he was playing Fortnite, the new season. Not being able to build, woo, completely changes things. We'll see how that is. I think I'll play it next on Wednesday, so that'll be interesting. All right, now I'm going to massage. I don't know how long they're going to keep it so that you can't build. Like, the Sancho West, the person that Nick was streaming with, was saying, like, oh, it'll be like a week. But we'll see. I'm glad that it still has competitive with builds, because, like, I wouldn't want to get rusty with it. Like, competitive would be weird without that. Very weird. In my opinion. Oof. This arm's tighter. I've got a mesquite tree right outside this window, and it is just completely puffball yellow. It's beautiful. Really cool to look at. But sinuses, whew, gets me. All right, so when I'm doing these stretches, sometimes it's good to, or massages, it's sometimes good to go and massage up here. Like if I've done like an upper body workout like the day before or something, sometimes even like massaging in the shoulder and the pec and all that helps. All right, so now what I want to do is actually massage the fingers on the back and then the thumb on the front of the palm. Just trying to get nice and relaxed. And then I go through each finger from base to tip. Massage this usually 2 or 3 times. Just to loosen up the fingers, get everything nice and relaxed. I want to play the drums for the rest of my life, so I want to have healthy hands to be able to do that. All right, so now I'm going to do other hand. In fact, on social medias, I actually released a video, I think it came out this morning, on some pain that I used to experience and how massaging and stretching helped prevent that. But the other thing that I don't think I kept in that video, because I had to keep it under a minute, was technique. How important it is to just like play nice and relaxed and whatnot. So that is the piece that is missing from that particular video. So yes, stretch, massage, ice, all that stuff helps even elevate, like put your hands in the air above your head. But technique, that is so key for being able to play good and play without pain. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to actually go back to the exercise that I was just working on, and we are going to play through it again, but I'm going to play through it faster. Like 100 was definitely like a point of, we'll see how this goes, but I'm going to do it. Let's try 110. I don't know how this is going to go. After I do my stretch and massage routine, I like to push my hands to play faster, so that way I can just keep working on my chops. Cord got stuck. Okay, so we're going to try 110. We'll see how this goes. Probably not too great, but that's okay. And this is, wow, it's a few minutes. All right. And I'll just do the same thing. Baião pattern. Huh. It says it's HD, but it's not. Maybe it's just gotta load up. Ready, and... Whoa! Oh, that was fast. I was doing great until the very end. Okay. So if you're new to this stream, or this recording, if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, I like to go into here and put down what I was working on. Let me create a new one. So I'm going to duplicate, and I'm going to go ahead and call it permutations. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is delete out the data that's in here and put this here. And then I'm going to wipe the rest of this. Goodbye. Okay, so today is 3:20. And so my starting BPM was 100. The quality was playing was technically proficient. Felt fun. The ending BPM. I'm just like looking at this. Why is it that I've got two of them? Interesting. Okay. Ending BPM was 110, and the quality of the playing was technically proficient all the way up until the end. How I felt, it was definitely pushing my limits on that. So the reason why I'm pulling this up is because I want to keep track of like my playing over time. So like the limb independence that I was working on, I want to be able to say, okay, last time I did this at 205. Let's try 206 today. So that way I can go a little bit better. Or maybe I'm going to stay at 205, but instead of making it sound meh, I'm going to make it sound technically proficient or even musical, etc. So this allows me to see over time how I'm doing, how I have changed with my playing. So, speaking of, today is a new day, and so I did this one yesterday. I did not do that one, so I left off right there. Okay, so I am going to do a quick review to see what of these was technically proficient, bored with that one, musical and fun. Technically proficient, pushing my limits, yeah, because that one was fast. Making progress, technically proficient, proficient. Okay, so this one, Bossa Nova feet. Meh. Yeah, let's play through that one. Oh, okay, this is in the wrong one. I was like, wait a minute. That's not correct. Wrong date. Okay. So that one was that. Needs a lot of work at 121, out of control. Okay, so I'm going to play through the Bossa Nova one, and I'll do it at 135 again, because this is where I was, where it was just kind of meh. And then I'm going to do these charts. So 10, and then I'll resume with 12. Okay, so this one, I'm going to do Bossa Nova with the feet. I'm going to play paradiddles on long notes, and then 16th notes with accented eighths on short. And if it's longer than a paradiddle, then I'll do like a paradiddle diddle. So the feet are going to go, here's the short notes, and long, these are quarter notes. Etc. Okay, so that's what I'm going to work on. So I shouldn't have gotten rid of this yet. All right, we're going to go back to my website, which is this page in the chat. And I'm going to specifically work on straight charts. We'll just go ahead and do 1 through 5. That sounds fine. And I'm going to pick up where I left off yesterday with 135. And so we scroll down, timestamp 135, and let's read through it with the bossa feet. Paradiddles on long. And here we go. Again, when you actually use these resources, you can hear the pattern. I'm not doing that because there's a slight delay between the microphone and the desktop microphone. 2, 1, 2, ready, and. This is not starting off good. Let me try this again. 2, ready, and. Unfortunately, the E8010 does not pick up all of the little interior notes. 1, 2, ready, and. Oops. Yeah, a little shaky, but I was able to recover, so that's fine. I'm practicing, after all. Mistakes are going to happen. Let's see if we can do better on chart 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. Thank you. You're right. I am the boss of OCPD Music, LLC. How'd you know? It's like you know me. Alright, let's try chart 3, 2. It starts with paradiddles. Cool. Oh, I do play like a new boss. Did you see a Fortnite update? No builds. Golden was right. Yikes. We'll see how that goes on Wednesday when I jump on. Here we go. Yeah, look it up. Nick A30's streaming right now, or was. Alright, so yeah, this is not technically proficient right now. It's not great, so what I'll do is actually probably slow it down the next time I actually work on this on another day. Here we go. That one's hard. Yeah, so like on the long notes with the paradiddles, knowing whether it's like just a normal paradiddle or a paradiddle diddle if it's a dotted quarter note, and then figure out which hand you're playing it on. Oh, that messes with my brain. Okay, so let's go back to here. And today I did it at 135. The quality of the playing honestly needs a lot of work, and it wasn't just pushing my limits. Honestly, it felt out of control. So I feel like it was worse than I was playing it yesterday, but that's okay. It happens. I don't want to work on that one right now. I want to work on this one. So I'm actually going to play 2 sets of charts with this one. So this one's a little complicated. We're alternating triplets. So we have with 2 and 4 on hi-hat, short notes. The long notes are, and you put diddles on all the taps. And unfortunately, the E8010 can't play all the diddles as well as I like it to hear it, especially on quieter notes. So you'll hear some of them. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be working on with the charts. And last time I said that it needs a lot of work and that it was out of control. And this was at 121. So I'm actually going to slow it down. So we're going to go back to my website, go to the chart reading, and all swung drum charts. And we're going to try it at 110. So we'll go 11 clicks slower. And I'm going to do charts 6 through 10, and then 11 through 15. 11 through 15 adds in the tenuto, which makes it even more difficult. So this will be a good warm-up for me. Playing it here. We go to the timestamps to go to 110. All right, here we go. A 1, 2, ready, and... A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... Alright, that feels much more in control than it did yesterday, which is wonderful. So slowing it down helps. And also these charts are just easier than the ones that I am about to do. A 1, 2, ready, and... Alright, a little shake here. Not bad. My ride pattern is a little off. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. Whoops. Ah! This one's weird. Who wrote this? I did. I wrote it, and it messes me up. That was a weird one. Fun, though. I like that it challenges me to think while I'm playing. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... Ah. That was a good transition right into the ride. I almost didn't do it, and then I was like, no, wait, don't forget. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, here we go. Okay. Pretty shaky, not great. I'm going to just skip to the next one. So it's going to go to the next set of charts. And let me put this at 110. And let's resume. Same pattern. New chart. A 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, so now we have tenuto markings. So the tenuto markings mean that those are long notes. So even though it's an eighth note, you play it as if it were a long, which makes this really weird. 1, 2, ready, and. That one's weird. Anyways, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Messed up a little bit right at the end. It's getting a little bit better though. It certainly is better than it was yesterday. Now 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, be, and... Ah! Oh, that was weird. Man, I'm gonna need to keep working on this one. Especially with these charts. I should make the next set of charts easier. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Perfect. I did not make a single mistake. If you thought I did, you're actually wrong. Just kidding. Woo! Those are hard. I will definitely need to work on this throughout the week. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, aim. Perfect. Okay. Well, I survived it. So this time was 110, and it definitely still needs a lot of work. I'm making progress. It wasn't completely out of control, but it certainly was not good. Cool. Improvement. All right. I don't want to play one thing too much. So next up, we got Samba feet. Right hand plays the line on the ride cymbal. Left hand fills in ghost notes on snare. So I did it 200 last time. Let's try 201. We'll see how it goes. And we'll go straight. And let's just do a reset. And scroll down a bit. 201. All right. Whoops. Oops. Okay. Here we go. Pattern on the right. 1, 2, ready, and. Filling in ghost notes on the left. 1, 2, ready, and. My foot slowed down a little bit on that last line. 1, 2, here we go. Okay. Not bad. Not proficient yet. Ready, and. One, two, ready, and. So my snare is coming through my mic, but the cymbal is not, so sometimes the snare sounds louder and it's messing me up. Ready, and. That was a fun one. Very fun. Not great yet. Okay, so let's rank this one. So 201. Quality of playing was meh, but I had fun while doing it. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing, except now I'm going to do long notes on the ride, bell, and the short notes on the side. And let's do 6 through 10. And we'll try 201 again. Let's see how it goes. Stay tuned. A 1, 2, ready, and. 1, 2, here we go. One, two, ready, and... Yeah, that was fun. I like it. Uh-oh. Foot sped up a little bit. Oh, 1, 2, here we go. Ah. That one was harder. It's a weird one. Chart 8. Posture check. A 1, 2, ready, and... Interesting, this actually feels better than the previous one. Ready, and... Ah! Woo! Okay. Let's see here. So 201. Quality of the playing was meh, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. All right, next up, Samba feet. Okay. This one, A. Oh, that ain't happening. Not at 200. That was my previous personal best. Okay, so this one's weird. Here's why it's weird. So, it's going to sound weird on the electronic drums. So what you're going to do is press, hit, press, hit, press, hit, press, hit while you play... etc. Okay, that's weird because no longer are you doing the right hand as the ostinato. The way Dom described it to me, the person who wrote the book that these patterns are based off of, is I guess it was really tradition to play it crossover with the left hand. See, I don't really like it. I previously worked it up on the left. I'm going to do it on the right. Just because I don't like the crossover. Like, it just gets in the way. Like, even when I'm playing, like, on hi-hat, I try and make it so that my hands are like this rather than crossed over like this. So that way my hands are free. So I'm going to alternate this. Right plays. Left plays on the snare. Not crossover. This is my stream. I do what I want. Don't have to play it as it's written. Okay. We're going to try this, and we're going to do it slower. Definitely not 200. That was a personal best. Let's try just 160. Okay. I know. You've started. I know. This is going to be a hard one. 1, 2, ready, and... Press, hit, ready, and... Okay, weird. So what I'm going to do is go back to my website and actually just work this up. I was hoping I could just jump in and try it, but no, I can't. That's okay. So I'm going to go to these. So I warmed up with the 16th note, and I'm actually going to go to the 8th note straight, permutations. Oh, great. Good job, Monday. So proud of you. And we're going to go to 160. I think that'll be a comfortable tempo. It's just like... No, wasn't ready for it. Mechanically. Here we go. 2, ready, and... Okay, let's try it a little faster. Here we go. Graduate from that yet. Ready, and... Alright, here we go. last time. Here we go. Now we're going to try and go back to those charts again. We'll see. Whoa, too far. We'll see how it sounds. Don't know. All straight drum charts. We'll do 160. Yeah, and charts 1 through 5. One, two, ready, un. One, two, ready, and. A hard one. A 1, 2, ready, and. Man, if I get just a little bit off, it throws all of it off. This is a good one to work on. A 1, 2, here we go. One, two, here we go. Most of that chart was easier except for the last line. A 1, 2, here we go. I want to keep working this one up because it's not great. And this is me practicing. This is me playing stuff I'm not good at, not showing off, playing stuff that I can do well. I'm trying to improve here. Hence the bio that talks about being obsessed with improving in life. Avan, tu, oretti, und. A 1, 2, ready, and. Alright, it's getting more comfortable, which is great. And normally when you do this, you want to do it in the center of the head. It'll give you the best changes in sounds, but I would hit the drum module. A 1, a 2, here we go. Ah. Better. Let's reflect on that one. So that was 160. And when I started it, needs a lot of work. It felt pretty out of control. When I ended it, the quality was meh, and I felt like I was making progress with it, which is good. Cool. Success. Oh, hi-hat and 3/4 right and 4/4. Play the left hand and 4/4 on snare. 2 and 4 on the hi-hat. No. 3/4. blah blah. Okay, I actually did this in the stream. I didn't update this. Maybe on the 13th at like 160 or 170, which is way faster than 135. Let's try it. Let's do it. This one is weird, like really weird. It's cool though. It really messes with your brain. So you're gonna go with the foot. A 1, 2, ready, and. While doing 4/4 in the hand on the ride. 1, 2, ready, and. Little mess up there on like line 2 and 3, but otherwise not bad. 2, ready, and. One, two, ready, and. Trying to improve my posture right now. 1, 2, ready, and. One, two, ready, and. Alright. Not bad. So this one was at 170. Quality of playing was technically proficient for the most part, kind of in between mid and technically proficient. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. Okay, let's do the next one. Ride cymbal and a hi-hat and double time swing. Play the line with short notes on snare and long on bass in halftime. And I previously did this at 150, eh? Oh, and it's straight charts. Mm-mm-mm. 150. That's quick. Okay, let's try it. Can always slow it back down, I guess. And here we go. This is going to be quite the hand workout for the right hand. 1, 2, ready, and... One, two, 1, 2, ready, and... Woo! Oh. My feet and hand are fine. It's the right hand that's like, no. 150, really? Wow. I know these cymbals don't have the same amount of bounce as like my actual cymbals. Like these are the silent stroke, low volume rather, the Zildjian. The silent strokes are the heads. But whew. Let's try it 10 clicks slower, which is really 20 clicks slower. One, two, ready, and... This feels much more in control. One, two, ready, and... Whew! The right hand is the hard part. Let me try to just single stroke it. 1, 2, ready, and... Oh, I'm like getting really tight right here. Whew. You know what I'm realizing is I should also add in a thing in here that's like a... Just thoughts. Alright, so 140. Quality of playing was meh, but definitely pushing my limits. And I don't want that to have data. I want it to... Where'd it go? Format, right? I don't use Excel or Google Sheets enough, apparently. Data validation. Okay. Remove data validation. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. All right, so right hand got too tired. Cool. So that will allow me to remember that for next time at that speed, what was going on. So I need to add that to each one of these. Let me write myself a note. Put it in my Action Manager. Cool. Swung. Cymbal on ride, hi-hat on 2/4, short on snare, and long on bass and double time. I don't get it. I'll need to look at Dom's book, which I don't have on me. It's in the other side. I'll need to look at that for next time. So, cool. I'm going to end with Baião, which is what I started with the feet. But I'm going to read through some charts. I just love the Baião. It's fun. It's a good one. And when I started this, I did it at 110. So really that's 220. Yeah, let's do it. 220. Because I was doing 16th notes, so. Oh, that's 210. 220. Here we go. Just for fun. Because I like the Baião, and I want to end with it on my stream. A 1, 2, here we go. Couldn't get back on there. 1, 2, here we go. One, two, here we go. One, two, ready, and... One, two, ready, and... Hiccup. All right. Let's take this off. Getting warm in this room. Okay. So I did it at 220. No, not that one. Oh, I don't have the Baião on here yet. Okay, I'll just write it down later after I review this stream. Which, speaking of, let me pull this up. And let's make this a bigger screen. Okay, so what I like to do at the end of these streams, or any stream rather, is actually just kind of share my thoughts. If you have thoughts on what I could do to improve my playing or what I could do to improve my streaming, now's your time to share it with me, or in a future stream, feel free to do that as well. But let me pull this up so you can see stream reflections. Okay, I'm gonna group these so I can hide them. Let's go 320. No. And I streamed for 84 minutes. Time of the day was morning and afternoon, and it was derming. And overall stream vibe was... I was focused. So I didn't really give a lot of tips on how to improve things today, which is what I usually do, but I was pretty focused on that. So quality of drumming was hit or miss hat. Improved in some areas and learned others that I need to work on. That's how you spell that. Work on. Okay, so quality of the stream. I was in a good mood. Laughed off mistakes. And sat with problem areas in my drumming. I know I misspelled that. That's okay. If you got any thoughts on what I could do to improve it, last chance. Yeah, so overall I felt like it was a decent practice session. And I improved in some areas. And then my streaming ability, like, I'm much more calmer with mistakes. I used to get, like, heart flutters when I'd make a mistake. I'd be like, oh no, I'm sharing a mistake. Just because when I practiced previously, like, I'd never do it publicly. And now that I've done it for a couple months, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with that. So, yeah. Alright, doesn't look like I got any viewers. So, one day. I hope anyone who watches this recording after the fact, I hope you have a good day. But I will be on Elden Ring probably in about an hour or so. So, I look forward to that. Anyways, I'm out.